Yes, today our topic is transport and communication, right? Related to the chapter number 7, transport and communication, trade and commerce, we already done. Transport is a main tertiary activities as it is considered as the artery of any economy because to transport the goods from raw material area to industries and from industries to the market or to the consumers. Transport plays a very vital role, and that's why any any country cannot develop without efficient transport. So the means of transports are known as the artery of any economy of the country. As we develop from the primitive society to the developed society, the means of transport keeps on changing. Firstly, we use the bullock carts and the horses to transport the things as well as to transport the passengers also. But now these days we used a lot of transportation means, and we have made a remarkable changes, remarkable innovations in the transportation system. Now you can fly, you can go deep inside the earth, you can go across the oceans also with the help of ships also, right? So the transportation of goods can be done within country and out of the country by the efficient means of transport, correct? So transportation system enables us to produce the things, to distribute them and to consume them. The today's trade is totally depend upon the transportation system, right? Efficient and cheap means of transport system makes the trade possible within the country and on the international basis also. But it is a very complex system because the value of the material is enhanced by the transportation. Because when we create the value of anything, when we are producing a thing, then when we assume the value, when we assume the price of a commodity, we include its transportation cost also. So it is very necessary that the transportation cost must be cheap so that the value of goods could not be increased. But transportation cost, we can measure it into three types. First is kilometer distance. The first type is kilometer distance. It is the cost of transport within the actual distance of route length. Suppose this is a station A and this is a station B. So we have to go from station A to station B. Suppose this is 30 kilometer, right? 30 kilometer. If we go to 1 kilometer, suppose in 1 liter, right? And the price is 10 rupees of 1 liter, right? We have to go 30 kilometer. It will need the 30 liter petrol or diesel. It means the cost will be 300, right? So how much distance the distance is there between the two stations? It will determine the cost of transportation. If the station is far away from each other, no doubt the transportation cost will be higher, and if they are nearer, means the market is nearer to the manufacturing area, the transportation cost will be low. So the transportation cost is depend upon the kilometer distance. The second is time distance, right? So here we measure the time, how much time it will take to reach from station A to B. That is known as time distance, right? So time distance is also important for the perishable goods mainly, because Perishable goods are those goods which cannot be preserved more than 1 or 2 days. So the distance should, the time is very important. We have to reach this our station within the time. So time distance is also very important for the perishable goods. And the third is coast distance. Coast distance, I already told you about the kilometer distance. The second is, first, A station B, how much it is far from the A, that is kilometer distance. Similarly, how much time it will take to reach from A to B, uh, that is time distance. And how much cost it will be to reach from station A to B, that is called coast distance. A coast distance, how can we measure? Suppose we are going to Delhi from Karnal. So if we are going by a car, it will cost more. If we will go by bus, it will cost less. So the cost also differ for particular station by which we are using the mean of transport. So when we are transporting the goods, we use these three types of distance. And in terms of time or cost, in selecting the mode of transport, distance in terms of time and cost is a determining factor. When we select how far we can transport our goods, we will calculate how much time it will take, how much cost it will take, right? After then we will decide we are transporting the goods to station A to B or not, right? Now the next is network and accessibility. Network and accessibility means when the transport system develops, many different places link together to form a network. Suppose here on station A, this is a station B, this is station D, C, this is station D. When transportation means develop, station D and C will be connected, C and B, A and B, AD, D and B can be connected directly. C and A can be connected directly like this. So it will make a network of transportation because the different places A, B, C, D are connected with the transportation system. Now what would happen? Suppose this is the main point, this is the main city or main center or main trading center. Then what would happen? The other areas like E, F, other areas are joining with this C portion. So it will become a focus point of other areas that will be called node. So it is becoming now node. For example, there are different cities like Ghaziabad, Gurgaon, Delhi, Panipat, Sonipat, Karnal. All these are connected with the well network of transportation. But Delhi is the core where all these networks meet together. So this is the meeting type point of two or more routes, right? So this is called node. Every road that joins two nodes, suppose there are two nodes now. First is we are supposing Delhi, and secondly we are supposing Gurgaon. There are two nodes, and the road which joins these two nodes, that is called link. Suppose now these days our cities like Panipat and Karnal are also becoming the nodal point for the near surrounding villages, right? So the GT road which is connecting the Panipat and Karnal and Panipat to Delhi, they are known as link, right? Now, there are some factors which affect the transportation system. First of all, the transportation system will be developed as the population increases, because more population and more population needed the more means of transportation to carry the passengers as well as to carry the freight. So the demand of the transport is totally influenced by the size of population. The larger the population size, the transportation demand of transportation will be increased. Second is routes. On which routes we have to develop the transport, because there are different routes, there are different cities, town, villages, industrial centers, even raw material, pattern of trade between them, even nature of the landscape, like mountainous areas, there are sparse population and rugged areas, so transportation system is less developed. In the plain area, there are trade industries, and there are a lot of towns, villages, and high population is there, so transportation system is more than the mountainous and deserted area in the plain area, right? So all these factors influence the routes, right? There are some buses which are frequently can be seen on the GT road for the particular stations, and there are some villages or some far off places where the one or two buses are going on, right? Just because of the rugged route or the type of route, and the size of population also, right? Now, the communication system. Communication means the transmission of words, messages, facts, and ideas. If we are transmitting these things, that is called communication. Communication can be in the form of words, in the form of messages, in the form of information, in the form of ideas, right? So by the invention of writing, we can preserve the messages, and it helped to make communication dependent on means of transport, because in the ancient times, for the communication purposes, if we have to send a message to another person, to another king, then at that time we use the animals as a transportation system, as a mean of conveying the message. It can be carried by hand, animals, boat, road, rail, or air, right? In the ancient time, we use animals, right? Like a pigeon or horse rider can be used to communicate. But as the transportation system developed, we use modern means of transport to communicate. Now, efficient transport network enables us to communicate far off places also. Now we can send a message through the aeroplanes to the international to the person who is living in another country, right? So this enables us to make the communication possible. Certain developments like mobile phones and satellites made the communication independent of transport. Now you can send a message by mail, so there is no need of transportation system. This enables us to make the communication free from transport, right? Similarly, mobile phones enable us to convey our messages, ideas to the other person by without using any mean of transport. So at present, our communication system is free from transport. Rather than, still we used a mean of communication, some means of communication which used transport, like we send letters. At the present time, we also send the letters, so it used transportation system because they are the cheapest, oldest mean of communication, right? So that's why larger volumes of mail continue to be handled by post office all over the world, right? So you get parcels, you ordered online, and your parcels comes through the courier. And in this process they also use the mean of transportation, right? So still we are using such kind of cheapest means of communication which are depend upon the transportation, right? Some communication means we will discuss in this chapter. First is telecommunication. Before telecommunication we send our messages through a letter, correct? Through a letter, through the fax, through the telegraph. All these means were used to communicate, to send a message. But in the modern technology, by the development of the technology, telecommunication enables us to send our message in less time. So it reduces the time. Reduces the time from weeks to minutes. The work which can be done in a week, I will send the letter to another person. Suppose it will take 3 days. I suppose a person A is sending letter to the person B, and it will take 3 days, right? So suppose, and then B will answer that letter, and it will again take 3 days to reach the person A. So totally, to convey a message from A to B and B to A, it will take 6 days. Now it can be done within a minute. We can call him and give our message, and then he will same time he or she will give the answer. So it reduces the time. Second telecommunication mean is radio and television. Radio and television are the most important means of transport now these days, because they display news, pictures, and telephone calls also for to the mass audiences, to the huge population. That's why they are called mass media, and they provide us a lot of information, a lot of entertainment, a lot of advertisement we came to know through these radio and television. So they are a vital necessity of our life now these days. Second is known as newspaper. Newspaper, no doubt, this is a generation of electronic media, but newspaper have their own values because they print the news throughout the world. Each and every corner of the world, what is happening, that is printing in the newspaper. So still the people enjoy to read the newspaper to getting more and more information about the world. Third is internet. As we are developing, there is a revolution in the communication system through the internet. Now by the internet you can use anything, you can know anything, right? Now these days we are studying online. That is possible due to the internet, right? You can ask any question from the Google, right? So these are the revolutionary invention in the modern times which make the communication global at the global system. Next is services. Services occur at many different levels. Different type of services are provided by the different type of people. Some services are provided to the people, some are provided to the industries, while some are provided to the people and the industries to both, right? So there are some categories of services. First is law order services. Law order services are those services which are used and provided by the common man, like grocery shops, laundries. All these services are provided by the low class people. So these are known as low order services, as a cook or all that, right? So, but these are common and widespread. Second is high order services. High order services are specialized services like accountants, consultants and physicians. They are known as high order services where the mental work is important, while in the low order services there is a physical work rather than mental work, right? Next is the regulated services, and some services are provided to individual consumers who can afford to pay them, like barber, uh, teacher, lawyer, physician, musician. All these services are provided to the individual consumers. Next category is regulated services. Regulated services is related to the maintenance of anything. So these are known as regulated services, like maintaining highways. So the government could give the contact to any government officers or to any private company to maintain the highways, like maintaining highways contract is given to the individual persons or individual companies. They establish the toll tax, you know. So these are known as regulated services. They charge tax when while we are crossing the GT road, right? To in this tax is due to the maintaining of highways. Similarly, maintaining firefighting departments, supplying or supervising education, customer care, all these are known as regulated services, which are provided to maintain the already existing services. The next one is professional services. Professional services are provided by the professionals like primary health care, engineering, law and management. All these services are provided by some professionals and are called professional services. In spite of all these, the last is recreational services. Recreational services are provided to enjoyment or for the fun or for the recreation of the people. So mostly these services are provided near the central business district, CBD, Central Business District, because the people in those areas spend their leisure time to recreate themselves. So multiplexes and restaurants are such type of services, whereas golf course the type services is provided in the far from CBD center, where the land cost is low. Some personal services are made available to the next is formal and informal services. Write on this stanza: formal and informal services. Formal services are those services or personal services, we can say them, which are facilitate the pupil in their daily life work. Like the workers migrate from the rural area to the town area, but they did not find any high order services there. So they engaged in the low order services like housekeepers, cooks, gardeners, etc. So these are known as unorganized sector and known as personal services or formal services, right? So one such example we can see in the Mumbai of India, dhaba wala tiffin services, which provided to about 1,75,000 consumers all over the city. People engage in tertiary activities. As we are developing, as we are going from primary sector to tertiary sector, there is a development in all the sectors, but still the higher percentage of workers employed in service sector is in developed countries. Developing countries are still depend upon primary and secondary sectors, but in the developed countries most of the peoples are engaged in the tertiary activities. So here we have completed the second topic, transportation and services. Now, if you have any doubt regarding this topic, you can ask. Just raise your hand and you can ask your doubts. The last topic we will cover in the next class. Till now, if you have any doubt, you can raise the hand. Chetan, Shubham, Jatin, you never respond. If you will never respond in your classes, then I will not give any mark in your practicals. Remember it. Both are important. You have to respond, whether it is yes or no. But tell me, have you understood? Parmod sir, allow the student to unmute themselves. Hello, Parmod sir. Okay, students, whosoever understood, raise your hand. Okay, good. Vidhi, Chetan and Vidhi. Yes, Chetan? Go. So for tomorrow, you have to prepare chapter number 1 to 5 for question session and doubt session.
वंदना मैम, वंदना मैम।